In December 1945, 5 military aircraft took off from a U.S. naval base in Florida. The weather was clear. The pilots were experienced. The mission was routine. None of them ever came back. And what happened next is something the U.S. Navy has never fully explained. Welcome back. Today we're going deep into one of the most disturbing real cases in aviation history. A case that didn't happen in some ancient mystery novel, but in 1945, with radios, military equipment, and dozens of witnesses. This is the story of Flight 19. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why even skeptics struggle to explain it away. December 5th, 1945. Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers lift off at 2:10 p.m. 14 men on board. Their mission? A standard triangular training route over the Atlantic. About 2.5 hours total. Simple, routine. Done hundreds of times before. The lead pilot was Lieutenant Charles Taylor. Experienced, confident. He'd flown combat missions in the Pacific. This was supposed to be easy. At first, everything went normally. Then, about 90 minutes into the flight, the radio crackled. A controller at the base picked up a strange transmission, Taylor's voice. But something was wrong. "We cannot see land. We don't know where we are." The controller responded immediately. Taylor was asked to give his position, and here's where it gets deeply unsettling. Taylor said he wasn't sure where he was. He believed they had flown over the Florida Keys, but the Keys were in the completely opposite direction from where they should have been. He was disoriented, and he couldn't explain why. Other pilots in the formation started reporting the same thing. Their compasses, both magnetic and gyroscopic, were behaving strangely, spinning, giving contradictory readings. Taylor made a decision: fly northeast. He believed it would take them back to land. It took them further out to sea. As the sun went down, the transmissions became more desperate. The pilots were running out of fuel. The ocean below them was growing dark, and no one on the ground could establish a clear lock on their position. At 6:20 p.m., Taylor's last transmission was recorded. "All planes close up tight. We'll have to ditch unless landfall. When the first plane drops below 10 gallons, we all go down together." After that, silence. A massive search operation launched immediately. Over 300 aircraft, ships across hundreds of miles of ocean. They found nothing. Not a single piece of wreckage. Not a life raft. Not one body. 14 men. 5 aircraft. Gone. But here's the part that most people don't know. A large rescue plane, a PBM Mariner with a crew of 13, was sent out specifically to search for Flight 19. It took off at 7:27 p.m. 23 minutes later, a tanker ship in the area reported seeing a massive explosion in the sky. The rescue plane was gone too. 27 men total, lost in one night. The Navy's official investigation concluded the cause of Flight 19's disappearance was unknown. They could not explain the compass failures. They could not explain Taylor's sudden disorientation. They could not explain why no wreckage was ever found in waters that were heavily monitored. Scientists and investigators have offered explanations over the years. Methane gas eruptions from the ocean floor that could theoretically disable engines. Sudden magnetic anomalies. Human error under pressure. But none of these theories fully account for everything, especially the compass failures reported by multiple pilots simultaneously, or the complete absence of debris in an area searched by hundreds of vessels. What makes this case different from typical Bermuda Triangle sensationalism is that it's documented. Military records, radio transcripts, official Navy reports. This isn't a legend. It happened. And 70 years later, we still don't have a complete answer. Flight 19 remains one of the most thoroughly documented aviation mysteries in American military history. Real men, real planes, real radio transmissions. That just stopped. If this video made you think, drop a comment below. What do you think happened that night? And subscribe, because tomorrow we're going somewhere even stranger.